two pairs of brogans went along the rows. You ain't gonna believe this. Knowing you for a born liar, I most probably won't. Somebody has been fucking my watermelons. What? I said somebody has been. No. No. Hell no. Damn you if you ain't got a warped mind. I'm telling you, I don't want to hear it. Looky here. And here. They went along the outer row of the melon patch. He stopped to nudge a melon with his toe. Yellow jackets snarled in the seepage. Some were ruined a good time past and lay soft with rot, wrinkled with imminent collapse. It does look like it, don't it? I'm telling you, I seen him. I didn't know what the hell was going on when he dropped his drawers. Then when I seen what he was up to, I still didn't believe it. But yonder they lay. What do you aim to do? Hell, I don't know. It's about too late to do anything. He's damn near screwed the whole patch. I don't see why he couldn't have stuck to just one, or a few. Well, I guess he takes himself for a lover, sort of like a sailor in a whorehouse. I reckon what it was, he didn't take to the idea of getting bit on the head of his pecker by one of them waspers. I suppose he showed good judgment there. What was he, just a young feller? I don't know about how young he was, but he was as active a fella as I've seen in a good while. Well, I don't reckon he'll be back. I don't know, a man fast as he is ought not to be qualmy about going anywhere as he took a notion, to steal or whatever. What if he does come back? I'll catch him if he does. And then what? Well, I don't know. Be kindly embarrassing now I think about it. Welcome to another Scoundrelous book review. And today we'll be reviewing Suttree. This is probably the grossest book I've ever read. Not the darkest one. The darkest one goes to Blood Meridian, which is also by Cormac McCarthy. This is a very difficult book to review, seeing as it doesn't follow a traditional plot-based narrative. It's kind of Eastern in its storytelling. It's very slice of life. So I'm not really going to be spoiling anything. Really, the only way I could spoil it is by telling you what happens in the last 20 pages, and that I don't really want to spoil for you. But the basic premise is that this guy, Suttree, abandons his wife and family to go live on a houseboat in the underbelly of Knoxville, Tennessee, with the lowlifes and ne'er-do-wells. So one of the major themes of the book is that life really happens in the underbelly, where the common man toils and struggles. And of course, themes of independence, responsibility, setting boundaries, that sort of thing, which it's not the kind of thing that you can just read over and be like, oh, so that's the point. No, you actually have to read over and consider for yourself what the story means to you. That's kind of how McCarthy writes. As I said in my Blood Meridian review, this book really needs to be experienced more than spelled out. Speaking of experience, the characters in this story are some of the most realistic that I've ever read. The last time I saw characters this realistic was probably Tokyo Godfathers, and that wasn't even a book, that was an anime. There aren't really any heroes, idols, or people to look up to in this story. Everyone has some kind of glaring flaw, and some of the most disgusting and flawed people have some pretty significant virtues or decent qualities. Even the guy who's screwing watermelons at the start that I read to you guys, he's actually one of the more innocent characters, weirdly enough. I believe this is also McCarthy's only book that takes place in a city setting. And I've only read Blood Meridian, but apparently this is one of his trippier novels. Lots of drunk sequences, lots of drug trips, dream sequences, and he writes them very well. One of my only gripes with the book is that McCarthy really has his own writing style. Like, he doesn't use quotation marks, semicolons, anything like that, which I can respect to some extent. I think he does pull off the lack of quotations pretty well. However, sometimes I feel like he takes a little too many liberties with sentence structures, and sometimes I got a little bit lost. And we're all adults, we can be honest. McCarthy was a bit of a pretentious prick. Like his characters, there's no need to idolize them, but the writing is absolutely gorgeous. Here, let me read you a little extra. "That's Elizabeth again," said the old lady. "That's as old a picture as there is, I reckon." Between the mad hag's face and this young girl, a vague stellar drift, the wheeling of planets on their ether trunnions. Likenesses of lost souls haunt us from old chromos and tintypes brown with age. Bloodless skull and dry white hair, matriarchal meat drawn lean and dry on frail bone. A bitter refund ashen among silken lilies by candlelight in a cold hall. Black lacquered byre on sawhorses wound with crape. I would not cry. My sisters cried. And this is some beautiful prose, guys, here. Let me read you another. "The turtle's craggy head swung from the wire, and what lay between the braced forefeet was a black and wrinkled dog's cunt, slowly pumping gouts of near-black blood." Never change, McCarthy. So yeah, all in all, this book is definitely not for everyone. It's not as dark as Blood Meridian, but it's definitely disgusting, and McCarthy takes a lot of liberties with his writing. But if you're interested in his core life philosophy and a very nuanced view on the human condition, then I would highly recommend reading Suttree at some point. Anyways, that's all I got for today, so be sure to smash that dislike button and leave your cruelest comment down below. Farewell.